Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be doing my best to compare all the differences and all the information you need to know regarding the Albany Roosevelt versus the Albany Roosevelt Valor. So I'm making this video for a few reasons and for multiple types of people. One, if you don't own the Roosevelt or the Roosevelt Valor and are deciding which one to choose. Two, if you own the Roosevelt and are deciding if you want to own the Roosevelt Valor, or if you're just particularly interested in the differences between these two vehicles. Now, I've done comparisons of the Valor and the regular Albany Roosevelt, but that was with a single player mod. So it was kind of hard to get an idea of how it would function in online, the pricing, and all the small details that make certain vehicle variants different from their predecessors. And we're going to be talking about all of that in this video today. So clearly, let's start with the most obvious thing, and that is going to be price. The Albany Roosevelt is coming in at $750,000, where the Albany Roosevelt Valor is $982,000. So right off the bat, without doing any customization, without any sort of Los Santos custom shop upgrades, you're paying $232,000 more for the Albany Roosevelt Valor than you will for the Albany Roosevelt on the Legendary Motorsports site. So certainly keep that in mind because that is a pretty good chunk of change right there. I mean, you can buy a lot of things with $232,000 in game. So that is a significant amount of money. Up next, let's look at all the options that are in the Los Santos custom shop. Now, for the Albany Roosevelt Valor, you have a ton of customization, and that's where the majority of the extra money you're going to spend is really going to be beneficial. Basically, the Albany Roosevelt Valor has 29 different customization categories. Now, I know it only says 20 at the bottom, but it's got this like Benny's original motorwork like little section called chassis that has like 9 individual unique things that you can upgrade. So it's got a ton of like Benny-esque upgrades, but they're done in the Los Santos custom shop. So you overall get 29 different things you can customize with it, which is a ton. I think as far as Los Santos custom shop cars, it's the vehicle with the most customization, which is really awesome. However, that customization does come at a price. So I'm not going to be able to tell you like everything I did, but I did end up adding it up. I literally have a piece of paper in front of me. So I started at $982,000, and once I went through everything, brakes, armor, color, windows, transmission, turbo, my total price for the Albany Roosevelt Valor was $1,300,486. So essentially, I spent $318,486 on customization for this vehicle. So although it's a blessing and something that's really nice that we have all this customization, it certainly is pricey. So you might want to be careful and don't get too carried away because as you can see, I spent a ton of money, almost half the cost of the actual Albany Roosevelt I spent on customization for the Roosevelt Valor. So definitely keep that in mind when you are customizing this vehicle. So now that brings us to the little brother, the Albany Roosevelt. Remember, we started at $750,000, and unlike the Roosevelt Valor, there's only 15 or so customization options that you can do. In fact, I don't believe there's any unique options where you can like add a bumper or a fender or a spoiler or anything like that. So pretty much the only thing you're limited to is changing the wheels, colors, windows, armor, brakes, and more. And when I finished customizing the Albany Roosevelt, my total was $888,157. So in total, I only spent about $138,000 on customization for the Albany Roosevelt. So all in all, if you subtract the final total of the Albany Roosevelt Valor, which was about $1.3 million, and you take that from the regular Albany Roosevelt, which was almost $900,000, the difference we have is $412,000. So that's the difference you can expect between choosing the Albany Roosevelt and the Roosevelt Valor if you want to fully customize this vehicle and make it your own. So that's pretty pricey. So keep that in mind when you are budgeting out your funds in order to afford one of the two vehicles or both of the vehicles with this update. Know that the price difference for me was close to $412,000, and I'm guessing it's going to be very similar to you as well. Now, as I mentioned in my video earlier, there is one thing regarding the Roosevelt Valor that actually will affect its performance, and that's the rear spare wheel that you can actually add to the back. Now, this actually acts as a spoiler, so when you apply one of the two rear spare wheel options, you'll notice that your traction increases ever so slightly. and that actually will improve performance the slightest amount. So you guys know that I've done like a test of like a straight line speed between the Albany Roosevelt Valor and the regular Albany Roosevelt, and it's pretty much a dead even sprint. There's almost no performance difference, and this spoiler that you've added, or that rear spare wheel, isn't really going to impact you on like a straightaway like that. What it's going to impact you is like turning, braking, your handling. So it is the slightest difference, I mean ever so slightest difference, that gives the Albany Roosevelt Valor that slight performance edge. And I know that most of you aren't going to be using the Valor as a racing sports classic car. I'm sure you'd rather choose the Blackfin, or you'd rather choose like the Cockett Classic or something like that, or the Sterling GT. But nevertheless, if you do find yourself in a racing scenario where you're only using the Roosevelt Valor, it might not be a bad idea to put that spare tire on the back so that you can get that extra performance bonus. So other than the visual modifications that you can apply to the car, both of the vehicles are the exact same. They're the exact same length. They're pretty much the exact same dimensions. The interior in both of them is exactly the same. There's just, again, minor differences, like the stock tires on the Albany Roosevelt Valor are different than the stock tire on the Albany Roosevelt. But other than that, they are very, very similar. Essentially, the Roosevelt Valor is a glorified, customizable version of the Roosevelt. So that's pretty much what you're getting. You're not getting a performance boost. You're not getting an exclusive interior. You're not getting access to Benny's original motor work. Pretty much what you're getting is just customization that can be done in the Los Santos Customs Shop. So you have to pay a premium for the car itself, and you're also going to pay a premium on all the customization you're going to do as well. So overall, this car is a slightly expensive endeavor, especially for one that won't be used, for me personally, racing all that much. So definitely choose your budget wisely when you are selecting between one of these vehicles. I think personally it was worth it for me because I'm a big fan of the Roosevelt itself, and I really love the customization of the Valor. But of course, you can choose and make up your own mind for yourself. Today in this video, I just wanted to present you with the facts so that you could be as well informed as possible before making a decision or before choosing which vehicle you might end up getting. But anyways, that's all the information that I'm going to be talking about for you guys in this video today. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating on the video. That would be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily Grand Theft Auto 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.